Hi guys, happy Witchy Wednesday. So, alright, this is for you, my darling, your reading. So we have the first card, which represents basically everything that's currently on your mind, and that is the Hanged Man. So are you giving up anything to pursue some type of different spiritual path? It's almost like your situation has been completely turned upside down because of the Hanged Man and the way he is. But you're still calm. You're still very, very calm through all of it. And the Hanged Man would represent the spirit on the verge of manifestation, only spirit bound by space and time. So if you are pursuing a different path, if you're learning new knowledge, it can represent stagnation, or it can represent a time period where you are just out of it while you contemplate and reevaluate and just kind of see how things are going. So it's a very spiritual card, So it's about, yes, total new enlightenment, and yeah, a little bit of stagnation. So it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Okay, the moon, and then that crosses you. So that is for the good or for the bad. So are you you're a Virgo? So, all right. So now that you're a Virgo, I remember this makes more sense. So literally, have you stopped to get just like everything in order within your mind? Like for me, being a Virgo, everything in my head is categorized and cataloged in filing cabinets. So that's how I see different bits of information, like a box for spirituality, a box that contains the trauma, a box that contains this knowledge. So it could be stagnation, but I think you're focusing on you. Plans, big plans coming, and then the moon, which does cross you. It's not always bad, it's not always good, it's just a force or an energy that is for or against you, and this is actually for you. So I see with the moon, it's more of an artistic type, so there's lots of emotions coming with this, so it could be a very emotional period for you, especially if your spiritual path or your spiritual progression has been stagnant. You've been kind of stuck just in air. So the moon, that would represent basically a cooling off. So you have the moon in your favor, and the new moon is today or tomorrow. So that is definitely in your favor. The new moon, you can reevaluate all of your plans, all of your spiritual path, your life path, just everything that is going on. But this focuses a lot on spirituality. Alright, so with the moon, it shows hidden energies. So I would see hidden energies, and then with the Hanged Man, the air, the clouds, I would see you kind of blind. This is not a traditional Hanged Man. He's usually blindfolded. So you are not seeing stuff that is actually around you. So that could possibly be different entities, different energies. But the moon card, it's totally in your favor. It is very much so in your favor, which is very good. So you have the moon's energy, just the cooling, soothing effect on you, and that's coming up. So that's freaking really good. Okay, now we have the Nine of Cups. Alright, and the Nine of Cups, basically from the moon, you have the moon going for you, for your spiritual path, progression, for your life path. So the Nine of Cups, this spot represents something that has already become a part of your experience with this. So it could be emotional, it could be relationship, it could be very much of a relationship, or it could be your wanting to be in touch with the divine. It could also represent a stormy period of a rocky period within a relationship, or it could represent just kind of you are being distracted from your basically your spiritual path, or anything that has to do with your life path. So if it's a male that is kind of distracting you, I kind of feel like there is someone that is distracting you emotionally, maybe emotional pulling of the strings, pulling of the heartstrings. That's a very good possibility with the Nine of Cups. It's almost to completion, so it didn't last. So evidently it was cut short. If it was a relationship, some type, maybe even a spiritual person that was helping you. I'll give you a little bit more info of the Nine of Cups, just to show you. Oh. There we go. If I can get to it. So this is commonly called the wish card. So the image on the Cosmic Tarot shows a handsome man approaching a lovely woman who wears a headdress with roses. So the couple is surrounded by glowing cups. In the distance is water, the medium of love, and further away are mountains. So the sun's intensity is veiled by the clouds, creating a peaceful glow. So the upturned face of the woman is like the golden chalices around her, a receptacle of light and quiet joy. In her rapture, she seems almost unaware of the man who leans to kiss her. So the man is in shadow, unobtrusive and sensitive to her meditation. So maybe it could have been a relationship or someone. So the image brings to mind the tale of Sleeping Beauty, the virginal woman sitting in sleep for the kiss of the virtuous and valorous prince. The moment the kiss is given, the quiet, dreamy joy will instantly give way to something else. So it is as though the cups are full to the brim, and at any event will spill their contents over the edge. So much of the beauty of the image of the Nine of Cards is in the very imminence, the brimming joy that could give way to ecstasy. So that could represent definitely a spiritual component in your path that has been, like you've been given a peep of how great your spiritual path could be. So, lots going on there. Especially with, I don't know if it made you reevaluate your whole entire situation. Now this card. So the Lovers. This is an energy that is moving through right now. It's leaving recently. Okay, so the Lovers would show me basically human society. So that's society. It's a very real, it's not like a love scene, a staged love scene. So that is something that is passing. Have you created something? Have you been in touch with something? Because the kiss that they generate creates the Star of David, which is a very powerful symbol. They consider it a pentagram for the key of Solomon. So that kind of shows me a lot of nature. So lots of nature, maybe even from the Nine of Cups. The person here could have been an influence on you that you had to cut away, or it just happened to move away from the current situation. So this is all about creation, though. So the means to create. So obviously with the Nine of Cups and then coming up to the Lovers, which connects, you have actually learned to create, manifest with your mind, the subconscious, which crosses you for the better, for the good. So you can create your own reality. You are your own co-pilot within your life. So that's basically a good force that you've realized, and it's kind of just floating away now because you've already realized it. Okay, so the Six of Wands, and this one actually represents its position, represents something that may happen in the near future depending on your actions. So everything here is good. I kind of feel like if you fell back on a stagnant period, or if you give into the stagnant period and let it play on your subconscious, your psyche, this energy, it's either a man, an entity. So that, yes, definitely. I'm trying to get a better look at him. Right, so he has a lion behind him, and that indicates Shiva, so that's strength. Wands are energy, so it does look like if you don't fall back into the reclusive state, like the crab curls itself up, in Virgos we like to go into ourselves, that would represent to me the energy that you could possibly, create through what you already know subconsciously by manifesting your own reality, being a co-pilot to your existence, to your life. So that is just pure energy, and it's very good energy. So it's sun energy, so that kind of balances it out with the moon. So there's a balance here with the moon and the sun, because this is a very bright card. I don't know if I showed it to you yet. So we have that one. Very, just lots of energy. Lots of energy going on there. So you have, almost like you've stored. So like the lion banks on, well, I don't know if they hibernate or not, but like bears, they bank on hibernating and keeping, their energy for themselves during the winter times, which now also kind of shows me maybe seasonal depression, or seasonal. So that is the Six of Wands. But you do have a lot of energy that you put to use mentally. So it would represent like work, a possible, a promotion, a different state of work, a different job, moving. So it just represents different avenues that you would be, presented with. Very good ones too. Alright, so now we have the Four of Swords. Alright, and so this is something that definitely will happen in the future, depending on your actions again. So it's not, in depth. It's not completely set in stone, so this can all change very quickly. So the Four of Swords, I don't know, I kind of see you with a group, maybe a spiritual retreat, maybe just a completely different path, from the Six of Wands going down to the Four of Swords. So a lot of mental activity going on, more time to think, more time to plan, organize. This is almost ritual looking. So I don't know, I just kind of I feel like it's going to be more of a spiritual time for you. There's lots more spirituality coming. So maybe a new group, maybe you're going to be joining someone. And it also represents opposites coming together. So it's actually a really good card. So it just kind of flows, the energy, especially with the moon. So the moon is cooling all of this down. And this crossing, you actually could bring visions. It's a good time to meditate. So you can create, very artsy, very creative. And then maybe life, just general life, a side of spirituality, maybe making up. So this kind of represents making up with, different people that you may have had, indifferences with. But this represents basically a group of people with totally different viewpoints coming together, laying down their swords and saying, okay, we have to get through this. We need to make a plan. We need to see it through. But it's very ritual. So it could be, it's both. So, spiritual, two sides, flip side of the other sword, double-edged sword. So it's spiritual and physical. And maybe even job opportunities. Yeah, that could definitely represent a job opportunity. A really good one, too. So if you use what you've learned, what you've basically harbored, and don't fall back on any of the negative, then you're definitely going to have all these opportunities literally flying at you. Not enough to, not going to have rods flying through the air at you or anything like that. So, this is a very good card. I mean, very, very good card. I don't know why I'm so drawn to this. It's the Four of Swords. So, yeah, I would definitely definitely check if you're with a group, if you're with a team. Definitely check if there are, indifferences going on. So you guys can actually lay down everything at the table. Lay it all on the table. Figure that situation out. Could be love. Could be a lover. And it could be a lover. But I am kind of, really, my gut is telling me it's more spiritual and work related. So, pretty good. Pretty good. Alright. Wow, we have a lot of pentacles going on here, and that is our sigil, Virgo. Alright. Okay, now we have the Nine of Swords. I need a cigarette, sorry. I wish you were here and you could have one with me. While we do this. Okay, so for these, forgive me because I always, very old. I always forget what these last cards actually represent. Alright, so it's 6. Nope. We're on 7. Alright, so the 7 is what you fear. Your fears, basically your fears about your entire current situation with the spirituality, with work, with organizing, contemplation, the possible, stagnation. So the 3 of Cups basically shows me, it kind of indicates like a teacher to me. Or maybe, a teacher of some kind. Kind of shows me that you're afraid. Wait a minute. Yes. I would say it would be more of you're afraid, possibly, of really letting go and letting your inner desires really come out. Maybe even with somebody else that you're not comfortable with talking about that with. I'm not, that's a difficult card, especially for a Virgo. So let's see what the 3 of Cups has to say. Yes, all my books are falling apart. They're all falling apart. They've been used and abused. No, they have not been abused. Okay, so a man in tights and a woman in a dance costume gracefully pose at the edge of a lake. So 3 overflowing chalices are below them. Beyond the lake is the landscape of mountains and waterfalls. The abundance of flowing water in the scene signifies purity and healing. So the still water, the lake signifies contemplation and rest. So you could very much be afraid of a downtime, of stagnation, of downtime. So new lovers can be the most self-absorbed of people, aware of nothing but their own pleasure. So if that is a lover, which would be signified in the 9 of Cups, be careful. Don't let this person steer you away from what you want. So when the first gush of love is tempered and the lovers again become aware of the world, their love for each other can bring cheer to others who might be lonely or sad. And it can immense source of creative activity. So in this way, the exclusiveness of the couple gives way to their dance. So this 3 of Cups indicates the ability to share gifts of grace and talent. A special dance, theater, or music performance may be in the offing. So Virgos, as far as I know, wear our hearts on our sleeves. So you could be very much afraid of, falling in love, being in love. So that's kind of what I'm leaning towards with that. The Cups represent emotions. I know for me as a Virgo, it's just too much. Emotions can be too much. They can be too scary, especially if we're going at it from a different perspective. So it's not always set in stone. Alright. Now if I can find my... I don't know how... I forget these ones. Alright, so we have family opinions. So this represents what? Like the environment and the opinions and influences of family and friends on your entire matter. And I see here 2 of Cups, union. So do they want to see you marry somebody? Or do they want to see you just fully happy, filled, overflowing with joy, with love, kindness, and compassion? So that's what that represents to me. It does look like a possible romance. So it's not too, it's not too bad. Just be safe, don't fall back into the stagnation. So don't let that interfere. So that could, that represents the other people's opinions. So it's pretty good. People they find you very, very sensual, very caring, very loving, very soft, very giving. You give. And you give. So, alright, now we have the 4 of Pentacles. We have a lot of pentacles in here, so I like that. Alright, so this one represents your hopes, the own hopes and your ideals in the matter. So, the 4 is definitely business. Yeah, definitely business. So, what are you wanting to gain through this card? What kind of job position? Is it a job position? It could be meeting with a specialist. It could represent also meeting with a spiritual leader, teacher, and it can go on. Healing, lots of healing. So let's just give a little, let's see, 4 of Pentacles. Alright. Alright, so a man sits in an easy chair. On the pocket of his jacket is a symbol of the sun. Behind him are books, a priceless vase, a telephone, and a tapestry. So the tapestry is decorated with 4 pentacles and a sigil for the astrological sign Capricorn. In the background is a country mansion and a limousine. A man stands before the man. Oh, a woman stands before the man. So she seems to be a petitioner. So it could represent also, are you taking ideas? Are you going to somebody with these ideas? Are you pitching ideas for something with another person? I don't know. I don't like the way this man is right here. So, the expression on the man is somber, but he realizes his prosperity. So his intentions toward the woman may be beneficent. Nevertheless, his attitude is patronizing. So I would definitely be careful if you're pitching ideas to somebody, or if you are partnershiped with somebody. Be careful. Just be careful. I don't like what he looks like. Alright, so he might actually be the important executive, always busy, always preoccupied. This type makes clear to all approach, including spouse and children, that only with great effort and generosity is he able to tear a bit of time from important business. So, I don't like this man. Though wealthy, he is a miser. He has many practical reasons for not giving. He feels that he has a right to hang on to every penny of the money he has earned. Alright. So it actually represents the Four of Pentacles, the accretion of wealth over time through hard work and discipline. The wealth is usually material, but can also be in the form of power and influence. So, that's a really good card too. On a spiritual sense, very good. Mundane, being with somebody, if you're pitching the ideas, like I said, just be careful. I do not like him. Here, let me see if I can get this too. Focus a little better. I'm so sorry. Okay, we will get this. There we go. There he is. I don't like him. I do not like him at all. So be careful. Be careful in this area. Okay, this is your final outcome card, and that's the Nine of Pentacles. And this is the last, and it, the final outcome, what it will be through all of this, if you do continue to progress and use that energy that you have, resolve issues with someone. I don't know. It's just there's somebody shown through these cards, and it's romance, big time. So the Nine of Pentacles. So it's almost like everything that you are working for, what you want, is coming into being. So that is what that represents. But then again, it could possibly mean if you don't follow through with breaking that tie from a specific type of energy or person, it could be this man from the Four of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles that has complete access to probably a portion of your wealth, inheritance. So it's kind of like maybe you could maybe in the future feel like you are just kind of like a trophy for somebody. So it's like, yes, the window, the open window, a move. Are you planning on moving to somewhere? A different move. Lots of luxury. Lots of luxury with this one. So yeah, just don't get trapped. Don't get trapped in the beauty of material objects. So that's pretty much what that shows me. And we will go over that one real quick. So So yeah, it's a really good reading. What did I say? 9 of Pentacles? Yes. Alright. So, okay, the woman holds the key to the scene. So it's you that hold the key to your own scene. So if she is imprisoned by her wealth, she also has the means to be released from it. It is she who sets the scene. Okay. So it can also indicate control over one's circumstances. So that shows me that man again. I don't know why he keeps popping up. But if you do everything right, if you don't let past situations and energies basically interfere, you aren't going to be imprisoned by wealth or by a contract or by anything from this Four of Pentacles with that man right there. I just really don't have a good feeling about that man. I don't know what it is or who it is. So I want to know a little bit more about this one. So, alright, so it is with the Magician. So that's a major card. So we have the Magician. That represents manifestation. Literally taking your life into your own hands. So I do see it is a person, but you're special. You're different. There's something special about you. So you are going to actually overcome this man, this situation. If it's entrapment, if it's being trapped by, well, this man says I have this much money compared to you, and from this card, the Four of Swords, where everybody is sitting down to put their stuff on the table. So you already have the power in you to create your own reality. So you know what you want. Don't let anybody interfere. Don't let anybody interfere. So that's that. You're in control. You are the Magician. Promise you that. I want to know more about your final outcome. So the King of Wands. Yes, it could be a man that has money that would really like to marry. If I can get this card up. But his demeanor, he is covered in pinks, just like the Queen or the King, or the Nine of Pentacles. So he's soft, but he still has that look like he is going to imprison you. So I do feel there might be a period of imprisonment. Material, spiritual. So just be careful of this male energy that is popping up literally everywhere. So you have got to take your energy and you have got to take that back, pull it back into you. So these people can't mess it up. But yes, oh my god, that is one incredible reading. I'm very, very happy. And for you. For you, definitely. Are you good at staging scenes? Maybe musical theater, maybe the arts, maybe sets, movies, like between or behind the scenes. Just, all kinds of stuff. That just brings up, it literally screams Hollywood to me. So, that's pretty much all I get. The only negative feeling I get is that male energy that you definitely need to watch out for. So yes, very good reading. Very, very good. So, alright, give me 1 sec, and I will be right back. Hi guys. I'm still blurry. There we go. That was a really good reading. was a really good reading. Wow. So, you have a Ouija session coming, and it's going to be amazing. And you have another tarot reading coming, and I hope you enjoy. Don't know what's going on with my hair. So, I hope that made sense. And I will do a premiere for this video, so you will know when it pops up. So tonight it should be up about, depending on the wind, and if it snows, about 8 o'clock. So very interested in what you're doing, what your next your project is, the next step. Very complicated, just like me. So it's it was amazing to read for you though. So especially that you're a September 12th person. So that's pretty amazing. So, all right, my darling. I hope you enjoy. I will see you tomorrow with we have 2 more readings to go. So it's gonna be great. It's gonna be fun. So all right, I love you. Thank you for letting me read for you. And everybody else, I love you all very much. And everybody have a good, is it really Wednesday? I hope yeah, it's Wednesday. So, alright, I love you all. And thank you guys for watching. So, alright, with all my heart, all the way from Venus, all the way back. So, I will see you all tomorrow. And I hope you enjoy your reading.